Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. So the latest one that I want to review for you guys here, and trust me folks, I apologize for not getting this review out to you sooner, is the 2019 remake of Jacob's Ladder. Now if you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, isn't that the Adrian Lyne film from 1990 starring Tip Robbins as a Vietnam War vet who's trouble sleeping and slowly starts to mentally deteriorate, and it has the ultimate mindfuck ending? Yes, they remade that film. Why they remade that film, I don't have a clue. Maybe it's because of monetary value, or maybe because one of the producers thought to themselves, hey look, it's a great time to remake Jacob's Ladder because it's almost 20 years old. Wow, I'm old specifically as well. This is an insult to that film. I don't say that lightly, folks. Adrian Lyne is another classic filmmaker than this guy who directed this, and apparently it's got 6% on Rotten Tomatoes from only a handful of reviews. Now, trust me here, folks, even that's too good for this particular film. You know, first and foremost, apparently this film was going to be released in February of earlier this year. Now, that's warning sign number one. Now, apparently this was released maybe a month back in a couple of theaters, which is a big warning sign because they were trying to hide this from the public. And now this is being VOD released, and this is basically distributed by the same company, LD and Virgil Entertainment, that distributed Patient Zero a few years ago. That was awful in and of itself. So Michael Ealy, who isn't much of an actor, he was on that show Almost Human on Fox a few years ago. I like that show strictly for Carl Urban, not for him. And he basically spends most of his time with this one facial expression. That's all he is, and he plays a doctor named Jacob Singer, just like the original. He's a trauma surgeon, he's at the VA hospital, and some people have come up to him and said, oh yes, your brother is still alive. Basically he thinks, oh yes, my brother died being medevaced to Germany. And, you know, they then comes to discover, oh yes, his brother is indeed alive. He's played by the guy, Jesse Williams, from Grey's Anatomy and Cabin in the Woods, a film that I actually happen to like. Oh yeah, Michael Ealy is to Nicole Berry, who isn't much of an actor herself, although she is better than Michael Ealy. Two brothers have a contentious relationship, basically over the wife herself. And then this begins the eerie, mind-bending nature of the film, because a drug is introduced that I guess is trying to help vets recover, and it's not helping. This film makes no sense. The original film, I think, is an hour and 40 minutes long. This film is an hour and 29 minutes long, and it feels the effects of that. Basically, here's the thing, folks. Adrian Lyne is another classic filmmaker that David M. Rosenthal is here. Adrian Lyne made Flashdance 9.5 weeks. He made Fatal Attraction, and he made this, and he made a couple other films that are not noteworthy since then. But he is a different class of filmmaker than David M. Rosenthal. David M. Rosenthal, well, he's responsible for The Perfect Guy. What was The Perfect Guy? And also starred Michael Ealy. And then, of course, the third act twist happens here, and it's supposed to be, oh, look at this, is a shocking twist. No, the one in 1990, that was a shocking twist. This isn't. And then, oh yes, we come to see that, oh yes, apparently demons are also involved, and we go literal with the demons here. When this film came out, the Vietnam War had been over for practically 15 years. I don't think we gain enough perspective on the Iraq War to have a film like this. So yes, again, vets issues are always important after each war. And here's another thing. I have no issue with, oh yes, replace the actors with black people or replace the male actors with female actors. I have no problem with that. But you have to give me a good film here, folks. This is not a good film. It's just a whole bunch of actors are signing lives, literally. If you replace the name of Jacob Ladder, and you could easily name this, you know, Returning War Vets the movie, and it'd still be an awful film. Literally, I just sat there gobsmacked that anyone would want to do this film. Here's another thing I absolutely reject, that every generation needs its own version of something. No, it doesn't. I think one of the most beautiful films I think I've ever seen was Dark City. Do I need to see a remake of that? No. And as from Alex Proyas, a deeply talented filmmaker, and if they ever did remake that film, it would be from a lesser-known filmmaker in and of itself. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say about the Jacob's Ladder remake, I am going to give this I'm going to be generous. I'm going to say only see when you're drunk, because maybe people who think that, oh yes, I haven't seen this, I'll see this new one because I'm lazy. So folks, the Jacob's Ladder remake, have you seen this? I hope to God that you haven't seen this at all. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.